Hey y'all, just passed my FAA commercial drone pilot license exam and wanted to give you some quick and hopefully helpful uh, tips, things that I have fresh on my mind from just taking it. The first question, man, it threw me for a loop. It was something about what is important for a CRM organization or something like that. And I'm like, well, wait, is this like a IT test? I thought this was a pilot exam. And all the answers seem to be pretty legit too. So um, I did a trick that I've heard other people do where you don't look for the right answer, you look for the two wrong answers, and then what's left is the right. I kind of combined that with what what has been the theme of some of the answers. And so the two that were kind of okay were, make sure that, safety is a priority. Make sure that there's safety protocols in place or something like that. But then the one that I think was the right one was to have a process and a procedure. And that seems to be the theme for some of the questions and answers. So I went with that. I don't know if it's right. If you know, put it in the comments below. Another kind of tip that I would give you, I'm 48, I've had LASIK, I just have long vision, so short vision, I have to use reading glasses. I would suggest, even if you have great vision, bring a magnifying glass, man. Those sectional charts are very compact. There's a lot of information. They're very dense. It's really hard to find what you're looking for sometimes because there's just stuff stacked on top of everything. And then I would say half of the test, for me at least, was looking in the sectional charts, looking up, there was a parachute question, what's something to look out for in area 4, and there was a parachute there. And there was one that was almost verbatim what I got on a practice test I took last night that had to do with Virginia and a military testing area. And I think the answer was to, just be on the lookout for low-flying aircraft or something like that. Because I know all the military aircraft have to, they basically own the space from the ground up to the altitude that's they're designated for. And they can just do all kinds of stuff in there. So another thing, I did not get any questions about runway numbers, direction of runways. I did get the one about how do you enter, like if you're flying a small unmanned aircraft, where would you look out for aircraft entering the pattern? And then they give you different answers to that. So that's one that's on all the practice tests out there. 45 degrees from downwind to enter the flight pattern. Let's see. My computer had all kinds of issues. Like I couldn't even get started. I had to go out, talk to the proctor. It wanted to upgrade the browser, and it wouldn't let me just click through. It kept going back and back, and then eventually it was slow enough in between one of the refreshes that it had a continue button, and I clicked it, and it started the test. But then at the end of the test, it kind of tries to refresh, and that gets it back to the update browser page. And I mean, it was ridiculous. But I'm like, I'm done. So I clicked complete test, and it said, no, you're not complete. I'm like, oh no, please don't lose my test. And so I go out to the proctor. He comes in, and he's able to get it through that upgrade browser. They never upgraded the browser, by the way, but they did He was able to get it to so after the exam, you don't get your score until you take the survey. So took the survey, and then it's just sitting there like, the spinning swirl of we're doing stuff. We're calculating. It was over a minute, 2 minutes. And then it literally, like the browser window went behind another browser window, the one that you complete your test. And that one had changed to start test. And I'm like, I'm not clicking that because I don't want to start this whole thing all over again. So, because I was right at an hour of taking the test. And I took my time. I would reread questions and all that. Well, finally the proctor came in and he's like, hey, you have to whisper, right? So he's like, I have your printout out there. I'm like, all right, enough said, I'm out. So went out there and I passed. If you want to hear what I made, leave a comment and I'll reply to you. Waiting to hear back from my son. I want to know what he made. We're kind of not competitive, if you know what I mean. But it was harder than I expected, but I still felt pretty confident that I passed. But then, I would actually mark down how many questions I was not sure about. And at the end, I had 7 questions that I wasn't sure about. And that CRM one was one of them. And then there was a few that I had to think and look through. The METAR, the aerodrome, weather, that's just a language all its own. So luckily I kind of hit that up kind of hard last night. Look through that and just know where like forecasts are, know what expected knots are for a region. And then a lot of the questions, not a lot, but a few of the questions were just really easy, man. Like just common sense. You didn't even really have, even someone who didn't study, I think, could have passed them. Probably, I don't know, maybe 10% of them were like that. So I kind of sped through the first half of it, and then towards the back half, I slowed down quite a bit. And it does slow you down a bit looking through the manual they give you, the Airman's Knowledge Manual or whatever it's called. I'm already in brain dump mode. That's why I wanted to hurry up and make this. So anyway, if you passed, put in the comments what you made and share what you liked or didn't like about the exam, anything that you remember or tips that you might want to give to help other people taking the test. Let's help each other out on this. Like and subscribe. And one thing I'm going to start adding to the end of my videos, remember the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you.